Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ryan, the Hot Toys Collector with Ryan and Crystal's Reviews, coming at you with a preview for a few figures that have been released in the last few days. We're going to talk about a couple of them, and we're going to take a look and see if they're worth getting. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first one we're going to look at is the Toys Battalion Mars Guardian. We're here on 1/6 Outfitters website. So you can see here he is $184.99 USD. He will be ready second quarter of 2022. And first impressions are fairly positive. I think it looks really good. He looks like Martian Manhunter from Justice League, and that's what the theme of today's video is going to be. We're going to look at three separate Justice League figures. And they're all third party. They're not made by Hot Toys, and we're going to see if you think they're worth picking up. So the first one we're looking at here is Martian Manhunter, and I like this that in the movie this was all lit up here, this X on his chest, but here they've got it just colored in here. So I like that they've done that. I'm as y'all know, I'm not a big fan of the lights. I'm interested to see what they're going to do here with the eyes, because in these photos they look like they have light activation, but if we go back and we look at our product description, we get one head sculpt, so it doesn't say that it's battery operated. We get one articulated body, 8 pieces of interchangeable hands, one body suit, one cape, one pair of boots, and one display stand. Which is a good thing, because if you go back and look at my review on the Mercenary, I was disappointed that we didn't get a display stand for him. That was really, honestly, the major downfall. The other one being that some of the pieces to put together were kind of difficult, especially for someone with larger fingers. So that can be kind of tricky. But back to this one. So go check that video out if you want to see that review. So, like I said, first impressions, very positive. I like the look of the suit here. I think it looks very screen accurate. The head sculpt looks really good. It's not a Fison body, as we see the joints here on the elbow, and then we've got the butterfly style joint here at the shoulder. But, I mean, all in all, I think it looks really good. There's the boots. So let's jump over here and take a look. This is kind of the best picture we've got that I could find. As you can see here, the head sculpt looks, fairly similar. I mean, it really does. Let's see if we can find a better close-up view. As you can see, these look really good. You see the cape there. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. So you can see he's got these lines here over his eyes, and then he's got this right down the middle. He's got a couple lines there. And you can see, boom, and there's the lines. They're a little more pronounced on the actual figure, but I think all in all it looks really good. I mean, you got the lines on the neck that they show. His cape, these where the cape attaches to the front of the suit, those look very screen accurate with the little X's or crosses. And then of course we get this is, I guess I would say that was lit up. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just kind of roughed out. But I think it looks really good, and the suit looks good. Of course, we're looking at a filtered version for the Snyder Martian Manhunter compared to this one that's got full lighting effect to it. But you see you got the marks here on the arms and everything like that, and they've done a great job with that. I mean, it's going to look a little funny when if you turn these butterfly joints, and these aren't going to match up. So when you're posing, you probably want to be a little weary of that. But all in all, I think it looks really good. Let's see if we can go back. Maybe we can find a better picture. This is the one. This is the first time we see Martian Manhunter in the Snyder Cut, when he's posing as Martha Kent, who goes to see Lois Lane, and then he transforms back into himself. You can see here. So I mean, all in all, yeah, it's pretty solid. I think that's about the best. Some of this is some concept art. A lot of these are the animated ones. There's maybe a better picture. I think there's a couple. That's the Supergirl version. So, but all in all, I think pretty positive. I've already pre-ordered this figure. Actually, the 3 figures we're going to look at, I'm going to save you the trouble. I've already pre-ordered all 3 of them. So we'll get a chance to review them when they come in, and hopefully they live up. I think if this figure lives up to the promo photos, I think it's going to be a good figure. It's going to be nice to have to go along with your Doomsday, or not Doomsday, that's what we're going to look at in the next one, but your Zack Snyder Justice League line, when we get the Knightmare Batman coming out, reissuing from Hot Toys, the black suit Superman, I about to say Spider-Man, the black suit Superman that we get, and we've already got, you know, the regular Justice League lineup, Superman, Batman, the Batman armored version, Wonder Woman, we got Cyborg on the way, and we've got Flash and Aquaman. So this is going to continue to round out that line, which is really good. I'm glad that they are doing these figures, because, you know, it's nice to see these in figure form. So the second one we're going to look at is the one scale. This one's called Doomsday Lightning Man, figure by Flashpoint Studio. That's $239.99 USD, and it is going to ship around the same time, second quarter of 2022. We get one head sculpt, one articulated body, two pairs of interchangeable hands, one mask, one battle suit, one pair of shoes that are metal, one back armor, which is plastic, one breast armor, which is metal, one pair of arm armor, metal, one pair of leg armor, metal, one dart metal, and one display base. So this is the Flash from, there's two different times we see him in this armor. The first time we see him in the armor is in Batman vs. Superman, when Batman first has his nightmare scenario where he has this vision of the future where, or at least an alternate future, where Superman has gone rogue and he starts killing people. And then as he wakes up from that, we get Flash shows up and says, you know, am I too early? I think I'm too early. Lois is the key. Batman just chalks it up as it was a nightmare, and that's kind of what they call it. And then we see him again at the end of Justice League in that final scene, the Doomsday scene, and that's the reason why this is called the Doomsday and Lightning Man, where he's in this full suit of armor. So it kind of reminds me of the Injustice armor that he wears in the video game and the books. And I think that's kind of what they were going for, because I've always felt that the Nightmare Batman scene is kind of like Injustice, where Superman goes evil because Lois dies, and things kind of turn, and they turn for the worse, and then the heroes kind of team up against each other and start fighting each other. So you see here, I think this looks really good. There's a lot of light on this figure, so whoever edited this figure used a lot of light. This almost looks like this was shot in and edited in. I don't know if you could really get the figure that well in that kind of pose. This is a good shot. You see the helmet's down here. The armor looks really nice, very screen accurate. I've got a picture here. So we can see here again, this is filtered through the Zack Snyder lens, but we get, you know, you see the straps across, we get the chest plate and that kind of that pattern. We get an armor piece here, which matches that. We get the straps, that chest piece, and then we get that second style armor there. So I think that looks, you know, fairly screen accurate to that. And the helmet, I think, looks really good. It's got a little bit of this rusty red color, which obviously is the Flash's color. I don't know if we can see his, no, we can't see his hands. I was going to see if we could see the hands to see how they're gloved. If they're gloved similar to this. The gauntlets look kind of similar. The undersuit looks similar. I think it's another solid third-party figure. Looking forward to having this in the collection and reviewing it for you guys. And again, it just kind of continues out and fleshes out the Snyder line of figures. And you see here the head sculpt. We get a better picture of the head sculpt here in just a second. That's the one I'm looking for. So you see he's got a little bit of the mustache and the beard. And we flip back over here, and you can see that he's got the mustache and a little bit of the beard there. So it looks really good. The mask looks really solid. You're only going to get this one head sculpt, and that piece is going to go up and down as we can go back and take a look at that. But that's the Flash, Nightmare, or Doomsday Lightning Man, as they call him. I like these effects with the lightning. That looks really good. And he's got his kind of what we call his running hands, and then you get what they call the dart, which is actually a batarang, which is pretty cool. If you have any of the Batman figures from Batman vs. Superman or Justice League, you're going to have probably 3. You're going to at least have 3 of those, maybe even more, depending on how many figures you have. So you can see this guy is 75% metal, which I think is a nice touch. When I first saw this advertised, my first thought was it was just going to be all plastic and it was going to be kind of a little wonky to pose, but then I saw that as metal and I got real excited about it, so I knew I had to pick it up. So that is the Doomsday Lightning Man, and as you can see, we just get the one head sculpt. So that's the one you're going to get, and that visor will lift up and down. Now for the last figure for the video, we need to search Doomsday, because we're going to check out the Doomsday Reveler, and that is Joker from Doomsday. This is the deluxe version by Flashpoint Studio, so it's the same studio that makes the Lightning Man. And he is $199.99, and he is actually sold out on 1/6 scale. So if you're going to try to get him, you can join the wait list, or you can try to pop into some of the other sites, 1/6 kit and things like that, to try to see if maybe they've still got some available. So with this one, you're going to get 2 head sculpts, or excuse me, he is, let's check the release date. Manufacturer estimated release date, 4th quarter of this year, so he's going to be the first one that's going to drop. You get 2 head sculpts with him, 1 articulated body, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, so not a lot of hands to go from. 1 vest, 1 uniform, 1 mask, which is the Batman mask. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. 1 pair of shoes, 1 headband, 1 playing card, 1 pistol, 1 medals, which is the set of medals that goes on his vest. You get 1 gun, you get 2 magazines, 1 face masks, and 1 display stand. So let's zoom in here, and you see looks pretty solid, pretty comparable to what we saw in the Justice League here. You can see it looks like Jared Leto. Pretty solid looking figure. There was a lot more pictures of him in this costume or this outfit than there were the other ones, because you know it is the Joker. So I think the hair looks good. I think the head sculpt looks, you know, pretty good for third party. I don't expect, you know, absolute 100% spot on from third party figures. I think they've gotten a lot better over the last few years as they've started to compete with Hot Toys. But Hot Toys is pretty much the end game there. They are the best at what they do, and that's the reason why their figures are as expensive as they are. So you can see here, there's the medals that it was talking about. The vest, we get the strap for the gun. There's one of the hands. The hair looks to be rooted, which, you know how I feel about rooted hair. I'm not a huge fan of it, because I think a lot of times it looks a lot better in these promo photos than what you actually get. It's almost a crapshoot at some point. I've had figures that have had absolute pristine rooted hair and everything lays perfect and everything's good to go, and then I've had some where it just looks like a mess. And I've even taken some and put hair gel in it to try to smooth it out. It works. Sometimes it doesn't. The best version I've had is the Black Widow from Infinity War. It looks really nice. And then the Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. It doesn't look anything. It just did not work out. So it's kind of a crapshoot. You see here, you get a better look at his vest. It looks really good. You can put the magazines in right there. Real nice. I think the head sculpt looks pretty solid. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not perfect, but I think it looks really good. There's the Joker card, which, you know, we get. Look at this picture, and there's the Joker card. And I like this shot because they've edited where this is, you know, this is the focal point, and then you get that blurred style. And I'm pretty sure that they removed his hand, his arm, or they added another arm in here and shot it that way, because it looks kind of funny. I don't think you could get his arm to bend and go upwards. Whoops. To bend and go upwards at that angle and still have that kind of distance between. So I don't think that's possible. It looks like his elbow, it looks like his arm's probably like 4 feet long. So there we get the Batman mask there. You get a better look at the suit. There's the secondary head sculpt. That one almost looks like it is sculpted hair. Hopefully we get a better look at that here in just a second. There's the gun you're going to get. That's the rooted head sculpt. More rooted head sculpt. Yes, I think this, the way this looks to me, it is sculpted hair. So you're going to get one sculpted and one rooted. So I like that. I wish that they would have done both of them rooted, or sculpted hair, excuse me. But I do like that you're going to get a bit of an option here. In this one, he's got more of the smile in this one than the other one, where it's a little more serious look, like that. And then you get this one where he's smiling. So I think he looks really good. And here's the title page. So you're going to get 2 sets of hands. There's your card, your vest. You get a pistol. That is some sort of like, looks like a crown of thorns, which I think he had. Did he wear that when they first? It's not in any of these photos. So I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. You get, looks like a surgical mask. Of course, the Batman mask, the gun, and then the extra head sculpt. So this one looks like probably one that when you get the figure, you're going to get the vest separate, and you're just going to have to slide the vest on and attach. That's one thing about the third-party figures. A lot of times you have to build the figure itself. That's called a headband. So I get it looks like a crown, like a crown of thorns. So that's it for this video. That is the 1/6 scale Doomsday Reveler, because I think it's Reveler figure. That's the deluxe version. So we looked at the Martian Manhunter figure by Toys Battalion. We took a look at 2 Flashpoint Studio figures, one being the Doomsday Lightning Man and the other being the Doomsday Revealer, or Reveler. I don't think it's Revealer. I think it's Reveler. That's just kind of a weird thing to say. So I appreciate you all watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please follow me over on Instagram at the Hot Toys Collector. I'm all the time posting new photos and rearranging the collection and making some really cool stuff over there. So I'd appreciate if you all come over and follow me over there and help build the channel, help build the channel here and Ryan and Crystal's Reviews channel. We really appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video.